back to the driver's seat. So today we got a pretty similar view, nothing but the back end of other trucks, and at least it's sunny here. But that's not going to be the view forever. Like I said, 6 months, it's going to be a much different view. So yesterday we told the story of Charlie, or I told the story of Charlie. And then later on in the day I spoke with my friend Jared. Now Jared, I can't remember now where he's at exactly, but he's got himself a little piece of property, and he's building a house for cash. So 5 days a month, I think he said, he gets to work on it, putting sweat equity into it. And he's paying cash for everything. He doesn't have anything financed. And we're gonna bring him on here in the future shortly, probably in the next couple of weeks, to talk to us about how he did it. So I'm gonna come up with some questions to try and figure out how he went about the process, what it's been like, how long it takes, how much it costs, things like that. And to tie it back into the story we told yesterday about Charlie, what happens when you live in a property that is paying for itself, so your money, instead of going to a landlord or a mortgage or something like that, is going back into your savings account or planning for the future or paying for your kids' college or something like that. That opens up a whole world of opportunity, and it allows the change that you want to have happen in your life happen at a much faster pace. So let's not give the impression that any of this is going to be easy or that it's not going to take work. It's going to take work, and it's going to take sacrifice. You know, I'm thinking about living here in Seattle, how much money I spend on coffee alone, just coffees, which is, you know, a great luxury and something I enjoy a lot. And I was doing the math, and you're looking at between $2,000 and $2,500 a year just in coffee if you have, you know, one a day. And if it's, you know, some fancy espresso or Starbucks or something like that, it's a couple $1,000s a year if you have one just 5 days a week before work. And that money can go a hell of a lot further. You know, we'll do a video here shortly where I'll discuss some of the numbers regarding, you know, how fast that money can grow if you start putting it into an account or put it into an investment that returns, or start socking it away to put as a down payment on a multifamily property or something like that. It will pay you dividends. It'll give you money back. And we're also going to be discussing the difference between assets and liabilities, you know, which for every person is going to be a little bit different. You know, some people will consider an asset, you know, let's use a car for an example. For somebody who lives in a, you know, downtown urban area where they don't have, you know, a need to do much traveling, they don't have to commute very far for work. You know, if you live in downtown Seattle, most of the people who live in downtown Seattle, New York City especially, they don't need a car. That's a liability to them. They got to pay for parking. It's probably going to get beat up being on the city streets. That's a liability when you can walk everywhere and you can, you know, use the public transit or something like that, or a bicycle. But if you live in a different area, like with me getting into real estate, I'm going to need a car. That's, to not have a car would be the liability. For me, that's an asset. So for everybody, things, you know, they're different based on where you're at in life and what you're doing and what your occupation is. You know, being a carpenter without a truck, that doesn't work. You can't haul, you know, a table saw on your back on the bus. But, you know, not needing a truck, that's a, you know, it'd be a liability to have a truck when you can get away with a scooter or a moped or a bike or something like that. So, something to think about. You know, what does it look like when your financial situation completely changes based on making a few sacrifices on the front side so you can have it much better on the back side? Now, you know, the world we live in now, our time horizons are very short. You know, everybody thinks about the here and now. They're not really thinking about 20, 30, 40 years in the future. And I can tell you, when I was 20, 25, you know, I didn't think about what it was going to be like when I was 40 now. And now that I'm 40, I'm wishing I had somebody in my ear telling me, hey, you need to be planning better. You need to be setting more money aside. So that's kind of, you know, ties into the foundation of what this is about. You know, I'm thankful that I was exposed to my friend Charlie, who had a good family that helped him see longer time horizons and helped him achieve those goals. You know, Charlie, he didn't do it alone. Charlie had help. Charlie had a network. He had a community. And that's a big part of what this is all about, is building a community of people who will hold us accountable, who will help us, who will keep us moving in the right direction. So, you know, let's see what we can do, and let's work together. Everything I learn, I'm going to share. If you guys have stories like Jared's, let's hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get together and talk about it and share it so that other people can learn from that. Talk to you soon.